In this series, I'm going to show you how to complete Bloodborne without dying. You can also use this as a very safe and secure way to get through the game. By following this walkthrough, you'll be able to complete this game without too much stress or too much hassle. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video game training. In this episode, we're going to be taking out Rom. So from this lamp here, we're going to get some upgrades and stuff before we head forward. So head back to the Hunter's Dream. And we need to buy some Molotovs and throwing knives for this fight. So ideally you want to have 10 Molotovs. I've just remembered that there might be some in storage. So I'm just going to check what we have in storage first of all. We don't have any Molotovs, that's fine. So yeah, make sure to have 10 Molotovs, and ideally you want to have 20 throwing knives as well. So grab those. So 10 Molotovs, 20 throwing knives. Let's check if we have any items that we can use, such as Blood Echoes or Madman's Knowledge. We can't at this point, that's absolutely fine. So for this Rom fight, just to show you the items that we're going to need to have set up ready for the fight, we will need Beast Blood Pellets. We'll need Molotov cocktails, we'll need throwing knives, and fire paper. That's the main items for the fight itself. However, we also need to get to the fight, so to make that a lot easier, you might want to set some pungent blood cocktails and also a blue elixir, which will help us get by the enemies before we get to the Rom fight. We also have 8,200 blood echoes and 2 insight, so we may be able to spend some insight on something good. Let's take a look what we can grab. We have fire paper and cocktails. I'm going to buy some armor so I can sell it for blood echoes. So drop down and then sell. We are going to sell those Gascoigne clothes that we just got. Keep hold of the rest of the stuff. So now we have 9,600 blood echoes that we can spend.
Welcome. Very well.
What I'm going to do at this point is put some points onto skill. We can afford 1 skill point, that's fine for now. So we have 14 skill. Other than that, we pretty much got everything that we need ready for the Rom fight, so let's head on back to the lamp, which was the Forbidden Grave. Okay, so now we are back at this lamp. We're going to be heading on forward, and this bit's going to be quite fast paced once again. So run forward and then just wait just before this tree here. Make sure you've got full stamina because you'll need it. An enemy is about to jump on you. Run forward. Straight past the enemy, that's why we need full stamina to keep going. Don't worry about that lamp, we don't really need it. Run forward, roll off. Run forward, roll off again. Watch out for this enemy, keep on moving. Up the stairs, off the ledge. Hug this right wall. This is why we set quick items first, because we're going to run into here and use this. Blue elixir. This will help with a hunter in here. This one just up there behind that banister. Ideally, we don't want that hunter to know that we're here. There we go. We need to go up these ladders, grab this key, back down the ladders. It's quite safe to go to the door at this point. Sometimes you might have one of those flies chase you to the ladders. If a fly is chasing you at the ladders, don't worry about it. You can just wait upstairs a little bit, up those ladders, and then if you angle your camera down and look, the fly hopefully should make their way away from the bottom of the ladders, which then clears up your run to the door. That should work. Usually quite fine and quite smooth. You can talk to Willem here for 2 insight points if you want to. And then for this next fight coming up, we don't need the pungent blood cocktails and we don't need the blue elixirs, so you can take those off the quick items. The rest of the stuff we do need, so beast blood pellets, Molotov cocktails, throwing knives and fire paper, so make sure to have those on. Just before we activate this ROM fight, as you probably guessed, I do have an in-depth and very detailed boss fight guide for ROM on my channel as well. So if you want the full detailed guide, I would highly recommend checking out my ROM boss fight guide. Now let's get into the action. Okay, so let's see how this goes. We're going to run on up. Activate the fight. First objective is to take out all these spiders. So we're going to be running left and right, just looking for an opening. Just hit the spiders in the sides. Like so. So just keep your eyes peeled on those little spiders. Just try and look for openings as you keep running left and right, and you'll see little chances where you can get in 2 strikes on the sides of those spiders. Sometimes this bit goes well and sometimes this bit doesn't go so well, so let's see how we go. So I've put the saw cleaver away, use a pellet, then punch. Going to build the beast hood bar all the way to the top. Oh, she did manage to teleport away. But only with 1 HP left, so that did kind of work. Just needed to finish her off with the final blow. And that is ROM. So we did a trick there where we tried to completely cancel phase 2 of the fight, which pretty much did work. We didn't really have to do much in phase 2, we just did that one last strike. But like I mentioned, I do have the full in-depth detailed boss fight guide for ROM on my YouTube channel, so I would highly recommend checking it out if you want to. Next, we activate this cutscene, and this will teleport us to here. In the next episode, we're going to be making our way through Yarhagul and taking out the One Reborn. So make sure to hit like and subscribe, drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. You're going to have to bear with me a moment. Oh my good God. What? You can't poke me through a wall?